Hello and welcome to another episode, another video from Battlefield Banter. Today we're going to look at the recent implementation of the, I would say, GMT game, No Retreat, but it's no longer a GMT game. But it used to be available on the GMT website, the whole No Retreat series by Carl Paradis, and the No Retreat board game was recently implemented digitally, and you can obtain it on Steam, and this is what we're looking at here. I'm not quite sure what the future is for the No Retreat series. I think they have been picked up by potentially Sound of Drums or some organization in France, and so they're not. They will be making a comeback, but they are no longer available on the GMT website, which is a shame. However, it's a rainy day here in California, unusual, Southern California, and Doug's busy playing his ladder game. Here you can just see his ladder game there. That's him right now playing his ladder game. He's the Russians coming out of the smoke here trying to beat up the Romanians. But enough of that, and back on to No Retreat. So let's see. This is the interface you'll see of the video game. I'm not quite sure if it's still in beta release, but this must be close to the final version, and so you can play it online in a multiplayer lobby. There are not too many people in the multiplayer lobby, so you'd have to just prearrange that to go there. But we're going to look at the single player option here, and of course we're jumping into the full campaign. You can set up, it's quite nice, it's kind of up front, you can set up the balance of the game, so you can give the AI an advantage and luck and extra card draw, that kind of thing. So it's got some nice features. And select the type of game. I'm going to be playing against AI here, and I'm going to be playing the Axis here. So there we go. And then this is the battlefield, and you can zoom in and out by scrolling the mouse button here, so you zoom well in and out again. We'll set it up like that. My first impression of this was, when I saw it, was I was a little disappointed that it does not reflect the actual board game map as you see it, because it's a very pretty map. This one is like kind of like initial impressions were a not great video game. I just don't really like the colors. I don't like the smudge, which is the city. There's the city impressions here. They've taken away the objective markers. The objectives are, because you have white text on Moscow, that's the objective, and you've got red text on, say, Prague or Berlin here. These are the German objectives. I think they used to have a nice, more distinct border around the hexes. It's a minor thing. It's just like cosmetically. My personal preference is if they'd stuck with the original board game map with all the information on the map. For example, all the information is here, hiding under these buttons. For example, the combat results table and so forth. But it was already on the map, and a lot of this space on the right and on the left here and down here is a little bit wasted. But anyway. Going through the icons on the map here. So I'm the Germans. It's the land movement phase here. Turn 1, and the weather is sunny. But number of cards in hand is 6. These are the cards I actually have in my hand. Click there and click again to go away. Number of available combat tokens is 5. I can launch, if you're familiar with the rules, limited to 5 attacks, 3 blitzkrieg markers, current victory points. This is where you no longer have that cute little circular victory point tracker. It's all managed in this display here. So you've got 12 victory points, and I guess they are due to, if you counted up the cities and oil fields controlled by the Germans, that would come to 12. There's no surrendered units. There's no events cards. Finland hasn't come into play, so total of 12 victory points. So that's that. And then you do have the other. This is like a history of where the units are. There's none in the shattered units box, for example, but there will hopefully be some soon. None in the surrendered. And then over on the right here, you've got the Russian side. There is a log, which does show you what will be occurring, and again to allow you to roll back and see dice rolls and so forth. And then you've got some, if you wanted to see the terrain effects, there it is. And then how do you unclick? There you go. Click on the map to get rid of that. The combat tables are here. So, you've got this nice, like, German kind of like book on the background, but this modern font anyway. So you've got and you've got an explanation of all the results here, and if you scroll down, you'll see all the defender, retreat, DD, etc. And you can click on, this is the Soviet combat table. Click here, you get the German one, the Axis. Back and forth. Click on the map. Well, it's filling the map, so click there to get rid of it. Right, so a little different. And it's waiting for me to do my land movement. All right, so let's zoom in up here. Let's just do a quick turn to show you how all this works. So if we scroll in on the map on the in the north here, we're going to click on the unit, the 4th Infantry here. You can see it's down here. It's been highlighted for the 9th Army, I should say. And here, looking at these guys, you can down here to flip. You can flip to see on the other side. If you look on the bottom of the screen here, it's 3-4 when it's flipped, and it's 4-4 and it's full strength, and they're all like that. So you drag it there to where it's going to go, and you drag this one. You don't click where it's going to go. You have to drag it there, and then this one here, he's going to go. Well, I'll send him in there, and I'll send him in. Click on him, and then go there. Right. So you click on the unit, you see where it can go, and then you drag it to its location. Click on the unit, see where it can go, and drag it. You can't just like drag the unit because it just bounces back. Click there, do that. Click the armor. It's moving into Lublin. This guy also. The Romanians, 3rd Romanians here. Move the map down here. They're crossing the mountains. Here, and this final unit there. Alright, so that's all my units moved for the opening of Barbarossa, and so I click in the bottom right here. Go to the next phase, land attack declaration. One little thing here where it's diverged from the game is you have to now declare all your attacks across the whole front before you do your first attack. So that's not quite how it's played in the rules of the game, but it's a minor thing. So I'm going to select the hex to attack, max 5. So that one, this one, I guess we double click on them, this one, and this one. 4 of them have been selected. Map's jumping around, and then I hit click. Right, and they're all color coded: green, yellow, blue, and orange. So now you select the attacking units for all the battles. This is where it diverges. You now have to select them all. So before you do any across the home front, before you do any attacks at all. So you click on the target unit, and then I can double click on these guys here, and it selects them all, and that's the attack. All these guys highlighted now in green are going to be involved in the green attack. Moving on to yellow here, the 4-3. I double click on that guy and this stack, and all the yellow. It's a little annoying the way the map jumps around. I don't know whether that's because I'm zoomed in a little bit, but let's see if this one here. Click on the blue. There's one. Maybe it's a double clicking. So double click, and it jumps around, centers there. I guess it's a design choice. It's centered on the battle. Then down here, click on the orange, and can I do that? No. I need to double click. I'm not sure why that is not selecting. Double click. Select attacking units for all battles. I'm on the blue battle here, so I don't know why. You see it's blue, the blue text here. Now I want to go to the orange battle. There we go. Now its text has changed to orange, and so now I double click on here. There we go. Finally got that. These guys are now attacking in the orange battle. So all battles have been select attacking units for all battles. We have achieved that. Everybody has been allocated to an attack. And then we click instead of the arrow down here before. Now it's the tick up there to move on. And now it's the arrow down on the bottom here. Choose a battle to resolve. Well, so we don't want to do this just yet because we want to choose a battle to resolve. Well, let's try this battle up here, starting at the top. And we'll move in here. The Northwest Army. So we've got the this. You click on the unit, and this little info panel pops up. The odds are 6 to 1. Supply path is kind of cool. You can click on the supply path for the army, and then if you click on it again, it's got all the various options it can take. So it's just this blue ribbon shows its supply path. Click on the map to turn that off. But anyway, we'll click on that, and then we'll click on. We don't really want to commit one of our available support tokens. Doesn't seem to be offering us the option because it's already 6 to 1. So maybe it's smart enough, not requiring that. So we click on Resolve Battle, and nothing happened. We'll click on Resolve Battle. There we go. Not quite sure what happened there. So there's the modifiers. It's 5 to 1 with the base odds, +1 for the arm bonus, leaves us with 6 to 1. Here's the battle screen. These are the units involved, and then there's the combat results table. And go back to the map. And I'm still trying to find how it says declare offensive supports. If there were any valid cards here that I could play, they would light up, by the way, which is quite nice. But they are showing up here in the top left. There's nothing there. Let's see. I don't know if I need to. Okay, here. Now it's showing me this is slightly different support. I could add in a support, and that would be now 7 to 1, or I could undo support. You can see the odds are not changing here when do I want to add a support? I click to add the support. Now it's got a support added, but the odds are still 6 to 1, so I don't want to do that. I just want to move on from that. So let's try clicking here. So now it's that was the battle was resolved. It was, if you look on the top there, it's a roll of 2. So its defender is shattered. And now it's saying, do I want to, now it's looking at my cards automatically and giving me this option. Do I wish to play after a combat die roll, re-roll a die? 6 to 1 shattered. Yeah, well, let's try it. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the event. And then the new roll is, it's a 5, defender destroyed. There we go. And so it's gone. And these guys here, the armor can move 3. So we'll take the armor into Riga, and then we'll take the follow up with the infantry, who can only move 2. And then this one here will just move there. All right. Advance after combat, and then we click here to move on to the next stage and the next battle. Declare offensive supports for the Axis. So we'll choose this battle, and I would like to, the odds here are 5 to 1. I would actually like to use one of my available support tokens, but let's try Resolve Battle. Declare offensive supports. This is where I just played it. I just did it successfully on this battle here, but what am I missing here? Maybe I should. There we go. I don't know why. Now I will click on. So the odds here are 5 to 1. When I click on the support, the odds should go up to 6 to 1. There we go. They did. So I have a 6 to 1 attack here. Probably don't need it, but I've only got 3 attacks left, so I'm just going to burn them all. So there we go, and hopefully, what was the result? Defender destroyed. So did he? Let's have a look at the victory points here. Surrendered units. Nothing. So he did not go into the surrendered units box, even though he had no retreat path. So we need to check the rules there. I'm not quite sure why this isn't 1, but that's probably my error. Let's get rid of that by clicking on that again. Okay, so now I can advance after combat. The infantry will just go there. The tank, the armor will go into Minsk. And this armor, and again, it wasn't me that jumped around the map there. I don't know why I did that. We'll go also to Minsk. All right. Now, and you can see here we've got 2 available support tokens. So we'll try it one more time here. The odds are 4 to 1. I wish to use my support token, so I will, maybe I need to click here to go to the resolve battle table. There's the modifiers. No, that's not what I want. That's the battle. Maybe I just go back to the map. See, that's another way. So here to get back to the map, instead you clicking on the map doesn't do any good. Now you have to go to the map icon here. So there's various ways of getting back to the map. It would be a little better if it was more unified, I think. But you know, little small point there. Well, let's try clicking on here and seeing if it takes. Go to the next phase of the battle round. Let's see if that will let me add in my support token. Declare offensive supports. Yes. So now I'll click on this guy. How did I do it last time? Click on defensive supports. No. Well, let's try. Resolve battle. It's 4 to 1 right now. I can't see how I do it. All right, resolve battle. Well, declare offensive supports. Pick a battle to resolve action button. You may add support and or play 1 battle card to the ongoing battle. Well, I would like to. You click on the target marker, not the counter. Interesting. Although now it seems to be working. Okay, weird. So I'm going to add support, and so the odds now are 5 to 1. Click go, and then the Soviet Union is going to retreat, and it does its retreat, and then I will advance after combat. So, well, we'll send the armor heading this way. We'll send this guy here. We'll send this guy. He is now nearly trapped to the southwest. He still has an escape route. We're not going to be breaking through, but we'll just do that just in case he gets tricky. The AI gets, who knows. And now the final battle here. I think, have I advanced all my units after combat? I think I have. So I click on this button here, next round, we go to the next battle. You can see this green text on the top of the screen coincides with the green battle, so you know which one you're doing. Let's see if I can get this right here. I clicked on that target marker, and I can immediately add my support marker. So the odds here are 3 to 2. I'll add a support marker, now it goes up to 2 to 1. So there we go. I'm getting the hang of this interface. And so that's it. I'm going to no cards to assign, otherwise they would light up over here. And so there we go. And I've got an exchange. Losses choice of the axis. So I'm not quite sure. I want to take the Romanian, but okay, I guess I could go to Romanian or the 11th Army by clicking down here. I'll take the Romanian. We'll flip and stick a step loss. There we go. And that's that. Now go to next phase, which will be advance after combat. Click. Okay. All right. And it was an exchange. There's no advance after combat. So now the the Russians happening, or everything's happening on the Russian side here as the map jumps around. Pretty sure that wasn't me. Yeah, that's definitely not me. The AI seems to be under control of the map. And you can see while they're all doing that, they're moving up here. They brought their units back from the shattered box here. There is a log. Let's have a look at the log. What's going on here? So, the battle so far. This is the Russian battle, and it seems to have, right. This is the start. The bottom is the start of the action here. 6 to 1 battle. Defender shattered. Defender destroyed. This is the re-roll here, if you recall, and then scrolling up here, to the Russian turn. They drew up their cards. they replace some units. This would be 4-3 to 3-3. Not quite sure what that is, to be honest. Is this restoring units from the west front? Yes, this is bringing back units from the shattered and destroyed box, and they've entrained some units, and then moving along here, that's where we are at the moment. Okay, click on this to get rid of that. Place counter blows on, so it's up to me now to place counter blows on friendly units next to the enemy. So I have got 5 cards, so I can spend some of these cards to place counter blows. So I'm going to place a counter blow on, well, the only option is this one here. Place counter blow on, so I would like to do that. Can I place a counter blow on, I place a counter blow on my unit, right? So card is used 1, and I'm going to place a counter blow on these 2 units here. So this guy has to attack. And now I have to spend 3 cards. So I click, and now I have to go to my card deck. It pops up automatically. Okay, which cards are you going to get rid of? Well, this one here is no use to me, the Albert Spear, because it's only playable when the is that right? Yeah, only it's a Russian initiative card. Hold at all costs. I don't think I'm going to need that. I'm attacking and counter offensive. Force the reroll. Yeah, not going to be it. That one there. So there we go. 3 cards to stick. That's spent. We've spent those cards, and now the Russian unit will be. This is the AI. There's a little brain down here in the bottom right screen thinking. So now it's telling me the. I wonder if I can go back to the map to see what's going on. But the Russians rolled a 5 on their attack here, on their counter blow, and it's the green attack, the green dice here, so it's this one here, and so the result is counter blow. Well, so they'd have to place a counter blow on themselves, forcing me to attack them. I'm going to attack them anyway. So what I can do here is I can force a reroll of any no effect or counter blow combat result. What are my results? What are my options? Well, this is where I'd like to go look at the combat results table, which I would look at in here, I think. Nope, not there. I would look at in logs and messages. There was a box here for combat results table. I thought it was off-map boxes. No, it's not. So that's one of the nice things about having everything on the map. There is a way of seeing the combat results table. There was a way, because I showed it to you. Here we go. Map filters. Found it. Combat results table where. So this is on the Soviet combat table, and the odds for this attack are. It doesn't say what they are. This is the attack here. It's a green one. Let's have a look. It's 1 to 2 counter blow. So we go over here. We look at the combat results table. 1 to 2, it's this column here. 5 is a counter blow. You know, I wouldn't mind getting a 1, 2, or 3 a counter attack roll. So yes, I'm going to. Long story short, I'm going to spend this card here. So yes, I'm going to do that. Play the event, and the next roll is it's a 2, and I get a counter attack. So now I may counter attack. So this says go to the next phase, advance after combat. No, I want to counterattack. So I will click on my unit. I'll just say First Panzer. He will counterattack. And then if I'd saved one of these support tokens, I suppose I could have used it now. But I'm not going to. I will counterattack 1-to-1. And let's see. Go to next phase. And so the roll was that all happened very fast. Oh my goodness, we're on to the next roll. So that's one of these things. It would be nice if it like rally the troops style, it like stepped you through what's actually happening. So now we'll have to go, well, I guess that we've moved on from that attack. We can look in the log. And the log was, where did the log go? This is the log. That's not the log we were looking at earlier. The log is not here at the moment. Okay, so anyway, what are we doing here? We're back at the German turn 2. So we should be able to see a log. I've got 5 cards. I've drawn up 5 cards in my hand. I've got my support tokens are refreshed. This is the number of VPs, but yet the log has entirely disappeared. There is this log, but it is not that I can see, or it's erased in events of turn 1. There we go. Okay, so there you go. That's I'll click on this. Nope. To get rid of that, click over here. Just clicking on the map doesn't work. So that's the quick intro to No Retreat from used to be from GMT Games. Available the software version, the video game version, if you like, available on Steam. And so we'll stop that here. We'll go back to the home screen. Oh, my settings here, just by the way. You can turn off the sounds and the music. It does, if you can improve your French, you can have all the messages in French, if you like. Where did it go? There we go. Or British, or English and American, I should say. And resolution, AI speed, I've got this turned on to normal. The animation's none because I don't want to. Just me. I just want to play the board game. I don't want to have the sort of video game like experience. And I think that's covered pretty much everything. It's fun when you don't have an opponent. And oh, there is a multiplayer option too. And let's go back and see how Doug's doing. He's laying smoke here. And the Russians, oh, looks like his leader is oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Did he meet his surrender level? I think he may have done that. His 2 leader has gone. Oh well. So much for that. So back to Combat Commander. And I hope you enjoyed that little run through. I hope I didn't sound too negative. It is nice to have this option of fooling around with the game. I would prefer it exactly modeling the board game rules so that I can tell what I'm doing wrong and right when I play the board game. There's the little thing about setting up all your attacks prior just like threw me for a while. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't do my first attack. But and I would prefer, as I mentioned, if it actually just looked like the board game map. But also the information is all there. It is all here, and it seems to work. Hasn't crashed. So I think they're improving this all the time. I've had this for a few months, and the first iteration did crash on occasion, but this one looks pretty stable. So thanks very much for listening and watching, and talk to you soon.